Welcome to the STARS program, seniors taking active roles in society. And now, here's your host, ANITA Finley.
Well, this is very special to me, and as usual, I have very close friends on the radio show because they're your friends too. We started almost 4 years ago introducing CHAYA KATZ and her newfound boyfriend, Gene Groobman, because they met. I mean, they're no youngsters. I guess at the time they were in their 70s when you first met, right?
74.
74. They first met, and they met in a way that a lot of older people say, I'm not getting online. But they met, and of course, CHAYA didn't want to do this. Her friend said, get on. No, I'm not doing any of that. And then Gene, he had been online because he's a man. He figured he'd find a nice woman. But CHAYA got tricked by her friends because they decided they would do this, and they did. And CHAYA is such a nice lady and such a good friend of mine. And next thing I know, she gives me this story about meeting this man, and I said, you're kidding. So anyway, I'm going to stop, CHAYA, and I'm going to let you start talking, and then Gene is sitting here chomping at the bit to talk. And you're almost, together almost 4 years, and it's been the ride of your life.
It's been something we never expected. We're not attached at the hip. We're attached at the heart.
Oh,
see, that's what it is. Okay, we say thank you. We say thank you. We say please, and we do for each other. It has not been an easy 4 years. This past year, we've both had a lot of physical problems. We've overcome them. I took care of him. He took care of me. It's a very unusual, close relationship.
Yeah, we have found each other, and it's unbelievable. It's just been more than I expected.
And I want to talk about that. So you were married for how long?
48 years.
48 years, and your wife had a serious illness, and you took care of her for how long?
3 years.
3 years you took care of a wife, and after she passed away, you pretty much figured that was it for a while.
Yeah. But my kids are in Chicago, and I'm here in Florida, and my son was here, but he's so far away, and he has his own things going on, and I decided that I didn't want to watch the paint dry in the house, It's
the paint dry, I love it.
Right. And I decided to go on the internet and find someone, with the dating sites, but as it's a trial and error thing, and I met a lot of strange people. But I kept going, yeah.
So tell me, why don't you tell people who are listening now a little bit about what that's like? Because it's the man's perspective. We hear a lot from the women, but tell me about the man's perspective. So what did you say in order to even get your name on whatever site you were on? And what site was that?
It was Plenty of Fish, POF.
Oh, yeah. Plenty of Fish, right.
Right. It was a free dating site, and I met some very, very strange people.
What made them strange? Them strange?
Well, I'll give you an example. One woman I had talked to, and she said to me, you're going to take me to Europe on this trip, and you're going to take me she gave me like 4 different things. I hadn't even met her yet. I just hung up.
Okay.
And then,
did you actually meet with some of them?
Yes. Oh, yeah. And one, I never would let me pick her up at her house. Always at a certain location. Lived in Deerfield, and it was really strange. I says, let me pick you up at the house. Oh, no.
Was she married?
No, she wasn't married. I found out later she had cancer. Okay, I saw her later.
What would
but maybe she felt that if I came to the house, I would see that she had these things that were keeping her going. But that didn't make any difference to me. And I just felt, but it got to a point where I just didn't feel
Well, you didn't trust her anymore because you didn't know who you were dealing with.
Right. After dating 3 weeks, when you can't pick up somebody at their house, it was over with.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking, though, also that, maybe she had a husband. Because they say a lot of that goes on with people.
Yeah.
But so anyway, you got, you were discouraged, I guess. You took him out to breakfast, lunch, whatever you did.
Oh, yeah.
And then what happened? How did this all happen with CHAYA?
Well, CHAYA and I, when I made arrangements with CHAYA, was very definite as to time, as to location, and we talked before for hours and hours.
Oh, you did? Oh, that's how she hooked you, because she's quite a conversationalist, isn't she?
She's very interesting.
Oh, so she wasn't, she's a clever lady. She didn't want to meet you till she talked to you, because this was new for her.
Yes.
She wasn't doing a lot of this, right?
Right, exactly.
So I'm going to let her talk in a minute.
All
but
right.
Before you talk, wait, I want to get this finished with him because it's a man's perspective.
So anyway, we met at this deli and we just hit it off. It was just, we have so many things in common. It was like I knew her for a long time. I'm very comfortable with her.
Before you even met her.
Yeah, we were very comfortable.
I want to go on that. I have always believed, because remember years ago when we didn't have the internet, it was called pen pals.
Yes.
And people wrote to each other, and then sometimes they got to meet each other. But you got to know her, and no matter what she looked like, of course she's so cute, but even if you had to put a bag over her head, you know? I mean,
I wouldn't do that.
No, I'm just kidding. But I'm saying that you knew her heart, you knew her soul, you knew who she was. So by the time you got to meet her, it was easy, right?
Yeah, it was very easy.
And then you're totally surprised
we
because
got
she's
along
so cute.
very well. I mean, we met each other and we just hit it off. It was
okay, now we're going to let da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, all right. I like the fact that he was very decisive. He says, I'd like to take you out, I'd like to meet you for lunch. He gave me the name of the restaurant, the time, the location. It was halfway between where he lived and where I lived. Everything was done. He didn't say, where would you like to go? Because that wasn't going to go with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't want to have to make a decision.
Interesting.
And he had it all planned out, which was fine. And you know why he did that? Because he got tired of women taking advantage and going for these expensive fine dinings.
Oh, yeah, I had
The friend that got me hooked up with this internet thing said, he should take you to fine dining. I said, that's not the food I want. Why do I need to go to a steakhouse when I don't eat steak?
Let's just go to Dunkin' Donuts and let me get a look at them, right?
Right.
We talked for over an hour. We had this date all set up for Monday. This was on a Thursday night. Friday morning, the phone rings, and it's him, and we're talking, and I says, oh, he's going to cancel the date. No, he called because he enjoyed it so much Thursday night, he wanted to talk to me some more.
Oh, now see, that's the insecurity.
It.
See, that's insecurity that we all have. And, when you go and you date someone and they don't call you the next night, men should know that. If you don't call the next day, you're wiped out. Because at least you could, you could say I had a nice time, but I'll talk to you another day, right? So she's saying, oh, he didn't like me.
Okay. Now,
wait, before you say this. Now, did you go out with anyone before, Jean? Was this your first one?
No, Jean was the first.
See, now she was a virgin with this. Now, this is interesting. You were the first one. See, did you not think maybe there was something better out there?
No. See, I didn't make anything of this. I had no thoughts. My friend Sandy, who insisted I do all this, she came to the house. She took my picture. We had a big Hollywood production thing to make the picture. It was, and put it on the profile. Setting up the profile for the website was you had to make decisions, because first you had to discuss religion, then you had to discuss age, then you had to discuss whether you wanted a smoker or a non-smoker, a drinker or a non-drinker. There was all these different questions, and you have to make decisions. We matched 5 out of 5.
Okay, wait a minute. Why do you have to put that on? Why do you have to make the decisions? Why can't you does it demand that in order to get on the site?
They will not accept you. You have
religion,
to,
you have to
have
tell religion
fill
also?
out this profile.
I don't think religion is one of them.
Sometimes they are, yeah.
I don't think on
They
Plenty
do
of
that.
Fish it is.
It's part of the profile.
Go on the internet, you'll see that they do.
No, I have. I've gone there, but I didn't think that
But
was
you
a part
see,
of it.
what's happened
you don't
is
have to.
No.
What's happened
Only if
is
it's important to you.
this internet dating has mushroomed. There is a Christian singles website.
There's
a
everything.
Jewish dating website.
There's a farmer's.
There's a farmer's
That's
website.
right. That's
Yes,
right.
that's the newest thing for farmers. There's
Everything.
whatever it is. There are websites that will accommodate what you want. So you eliminate all these other outside
Right.
interests. This is wonderful. You have to make a decision. If you're going to go into this, there's going to be happiness and there's going to be sadness. You're going to meet people that you don't like, and you're going to meet people who you do like. They may not like you. It's better than a bar scene.
Right.
It's better than meeting somebody, a blind date type thing. You don't do that anymore.
That's really interesting.
All right, there's no more obscene phone calls.
Darn.
Right.
Do you know I used to get obscene phone calls on the
All right.
radio?
All
People
right.
would
Used
call
to?
in.
There's
yeah,
no
they used
heavy,
to call in. Oh, my God.
there's no heavy breathers.
Right.
Oh,
that
darn,
used to
you're
be
taking
the
me
old days.
this all the
Take
way.
away, right.
Yes, you mean, it's just, okay. It's so cut and dry, right?
All right. We
So anyway, so he calls the next day to say he'd like to see you again, right?
yes.
Okay.
Okay. I had 25 years with my late husband. I did not know what my life was going to be like without him. I spent 2 years without Ray, and I was very unhappy. I was very lonely. I did not enjoy going out to eat with the girls. I didn't enjoy doing things with them because I had been so attached to Ray. And even now, I still have problems. I turn around and I call him Ray, and
He
it
gets
upsets
mad
him
sometimes.
because he doesn't call me Rosalie.
It doesn't matter. No, don't be upset. That's silly. But so anyway, the thing that when you first told me about this that I thought was just a miracle was he was in your business. I mean, you have a weird business. How could you happen to meet somebody that's in the same weird business?
That's it. That's what I said to you. It was.
I mean, that's what really made a difference too,
Right.
because
we have so much in common.
We have been very blessed. We turned a hobby into a business.
Yes.
And the business keeps us going. When we wake up in the morning, we have something to do. We have someplace to go. And if we don't have someplace to go, we are at home sorting things out, packing things. It's
you have to tell people why don't you tell people what your business is? Because I asked this morning when CHAYA KATZ and Gene Groobman came in, can we mention what you do so maybe some people would like very much to call you and to be a part of what you're doing. So why don't you do that, CHAYA?
All right. Right now, our biggest thing is we deal with auction houses. The auctions are based on when they do this. Some have an auction every week. Some have them once a month. And some have them when they have the accumulation of the consignments. Okay. And we deal with the auction houses. We pay them a commission. And we're making money.
No. But all right. So, Gene, why don't you say exactly what you do? I mean, you go to garage sales. You go to different places.
Yeah, we look for certain items. It's not like the everyday household items or clothes or shoes. It's items that are of high-end quality, different kinds of merchandise that we look for because those are the items that sell.
Well, let's talk about an estate sale. Let's say someone who's the spouse just passes away and they're going to move, and they have choices. They give some stuff to their family, and then they're sitting with stuff they don't know what to do with it,
or they don't know the quality or what it's worth.
So what do? They call. They'll call your number, and we're going to give your number out. And what should they do?
They'll call us. They can call us, and we'll tell them whether it's something of interest or not.
And I know that you told me that sometimes you go and you buy the whole house full, and then maybe you're able to sell some of it, and maybe
Right.
some you won't be able to, and you give it to Faith Farm. But
Right.
but
We donate it.
Right, and you're very responsible people. So I want to say this too: if a lot of people are a little afraid of people coming into their home, but with you and of course CHAYA are such responsible people. You've been my friends for a long time, and of course that puts the, as they say, the good housekeeping seal of approval, right?
Right.
But so if people are sitting there and they have a lot of things that they'd like to get rid of, we're going to give your phone number and they can call you. You can have a conversation with them, and maybe they can make a little money, and then you continue with what you're doing. So their number is 561-927-8084. Now remember, this is Pencil Talk Radio. Get your pencils out. Write this down. Maybe it's your friends. Maybe what you could do, if you're living in a condo, get a bunch of friends together. They all have stuff that they want to sell. See, I'm really promoting you, aren't I?
Right.
And then you could come and make a one-stop shop.
Right.
And it's 561-927-8084. And CHAYA and her, I don't know, what do I call you?
Gene.
Okay.
What do we call? Well, Crapola specialist.
What do you say? Your insignificant other?
Insignificant other, right.
Insignificant other.
Right.
Okay. But how do you introduce one another? That's very interesting. Your boyfriend? No. What do you say about each other?
It all depends on
Most of us
is.
think we're married, you know, I mean.
Yeah, I know. How about
People
your
think
roommate?
already, like, how many years have you been married? And we say,
Right.
married? Oh,
Bill used to introduce me as his roommate, even when we were married. This is my roommate, he would say. So, maybe I should do that. Okay, so anyway, I wanted everyone, now they live in Boynton Beach. So it's, wherever you are listening to, you could be listening down in Pompano Beach and they'll come down there. If they think it has value, they will go anywhere. It's like, have a gun will travel. Remember that?
Right.
That was something.
Paladin.
Yeah, I remember that. So anyway, so you're now, you're very excited though. It seems like you get such a thrill if you buy something and then you get to sell it for, maybe even twice. And what I'm saying is don't worry about that you're not making that money when you're sitting in your house, because they have to pack up their car, they have to unpack the car, they have to pay these galleries. I mean, it's a business.
And it takes time. A lot of times it takes more than one auction.
You were talking about the cars. All right. We were so busy loading and unloading our cars that it got so time consuming. We went and we bought a third car.
Yes.
You didn't.
Yes, we did. All right. We now have 3 cars for the 2. Okay. We have his, mine, and ours.
That's right.
Right.
Why didn't you just buy a big truck?
No,
no,
because we live in a gated community.
Oh, okay.
And this way we have the 3 cars, and we only use the one, and the other 2 are loaded and ready to go. If we go to do a church, a flea market in a church parking lot, or if we're going to go to do a flea market somewhere, we use the Hondas. Otherwise, we drive around in the 16-year-old car. It's very large trunk, very large back seat. He's very comfortable sitting behind the wheel, and it works for us.
All right, so would you suggest if somebody's looking to do something, would they want to start this business themselves?
You have to be a very motivated self-starter, because you got to get up in the morning, you got to go, and, if you want to lie in bed and just lay there, it's fine. Sales start at 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock. You got to be up and out and ready to go. And then you have to know where to look for where the sales are. You have to know how to get there. I mean, we live with our GPS. We're attached to it.
Right. And you have to know the quality of product. The little button on the
top broke off. I figured out a way to use it I figured out a way to use this so that we didn't have to buy a new one. Okay. All right. Now, when you go to an estate sale, we go to the estate sales not just to buy things for the business. We buy things for the house that we use every day, and we save a lot of money. We buy paper goods. We buy...
Wait. Where are you buying those?
When we go to an estate sale.
Estate sales? Wait a minute. I don't understand that at all. What do you mean?
When you have an estate sale,
Yeah.
they're selling everything in the house.
Yeah.
Usually somebody is deceased, and they just want to get rid of it. Okay.
And so you mean there are rolls of toilet paper and paper
Everything's
towels?
there. Everything's
Really?
there. Yeah,
Garbage
packages
bags in the boxes.
Yeah.
Oh, no, this is not what I did not have this in mind at all. This is funny.
Oh, no. We buy paper goods. We buy plasticware. We buy garbage bags. We bought a dustbuster, a dirt devil, which was perfect condition, came with the instruction book. We set it up right near where he sits in the kitchen, and when he drops things on the floor, he's right there to clean it up.
Yeah, and she's
It's easy. The stuff doesn't get tracked all over the house. It doesn't get tracked all over the kitchen. We made our life very comfortable, and we saved money in doing it.
This is amazing to me. So
it's got many facets to the business, you know. I mean, things that you
I'm
can.
not going to hear
do.
you if you don't get closer to the microphone.
Right.
So what about jewelry? So tell me how it goes with jewelry.
A costume is what we will buy, but rarely do you see 14 karat gold or sterling.
Really?
Yeah, the family members take it. I mean, before we get there.
No, but what about people who just want to sell it because they need money now?
We don't run into it.
You don't?
They're better off going to a gold buyer.
Oh, I see. Yeah, oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Because we don't have the knowledge, we don't have the scales, and we really don't want to invest in it.
Yeah.
Right.
And so there are these, let's say the big flea market down on Sample Road. So those people have a business now, and
those are not flea markets. Those are regular businesses. They're brand new merchandise that they sell there. It's not like going to a regular flea market.
And so when you go to these people's homes, or you must be other places. Don't you also go? You used to go to a place out in the big South Florida antique
fairgrounds.
Yeah, the fairgrounds. You still do that?
Yeah. Well, what happened was CHAYA was it you that got ill or me? I don't remember.
No, it was me. I couldn't handle it. It was after the operation when they took the hardware out.
Yeah.
The hardware, right?
It's hardware, right?
No, I had implants in my left leg. I developed an infection. The only way that things could be fixed so that I could walk without pain was to remove all the hardware out of my leg. And I said, well, what about my walking? Then, well, you don't need that. I said, it's been in there for 15 years. Doesn't matter. Your legs you'll be able to walk without a limp with all that hardware out of your leg after 15 years.
Yeah.
So I had to go in for surgery. They removed the hardware, and it healed.
Now that was something new. I don't think we went through that very much. You didn't tell me that, or you did, and I didn't get that. So what happened though? Because as you said before, this takes a lot of time and effort. What you're doing, and
not
all of a
only
sudden,
that, it's to find these items, it takes a lot of work. I mean, it takes a lot of effort, like you said. You can go to 20, 30 different locations and not find a thing. Time, gas, so forth. So it's not a
It's not so easy. It's your business, though.
One morning, we decided we would go to all the different sales in Boca. Now that's a trip from us from Boynton to Boca, but we decided we'd go. I had the list. I have everything written out, where they are and everything. And no matter where we went, either the prices were too high, or the people changed their mind and didn't have the sale, or it just wasn't working for us. And we couldn't even find one of the locations. Even the GPS couldn't find it. The place was just, you got to go north, south. It was just impossible. So we're getting ready to go home, and I says, wait, I have one more sale listed here. We turned and we went to that one sale. Bingo, they had everything.
They had everything. That's the way it is.
But you see, you're very sophisticated buyers. You know now, you've been doing this long enough, what will sell and what won't. And we talked about this before.
We don't always hit it right.
Even though we think it will sell, it doesn't. I mean, It's like,
we have an artist signed piece that we have that we just don't know what to do with. It's one of a kind. It's very unusual. It's very fragile, so we can't carry it around with us. And right now it's sitting on the living room couch.
Yeah.
And so what will you do with things like that? Eventually you'll just give it to Faith Farm or you do something.
Yes,
you can't,
yes.
Your house must be pretty cluttered at this point, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Faith
Do you have a
Farm.
garage?
Yes, our garage is full.
I was going to say.
All right, Faith Farm is a great place to go. Now, on Wednesdays, they have a 25% off for seniors. And we go, but their prices have gotten higher, and there just isn't that much quality goods there anymore. And if it is quality, they put it in a room called antiques, and the price goes up.
Oh, that's right. It's skyrocketing.
Yeah, well, you certainly have made a business out of something. You've met each other. That helped, I think. I'm so happy to have you on our show. CHAYA Katz and Gene Groobman, and the phone number. Let me give this again. If you have anything that you think you would like to sell, and you get to meet them anyway, which would be fun, whether they buy it or not, it's 561-927-8084. And also, maybe if you would like to get online, you can ask them how to do it, and they'd advise you on that too. So thank you. I really loved having you. As usual, this is my big morning with you, and I wish you so much luck, and I'm glad you're both feeling better. And life can begin at 70, 80, even 90.
Oh, yes.
Right?
For sure.
Thanks for being here, and we'll be
Thank
right
you.
back.
Far from home, have gun, will travel, reach the card of a man. A night